Do you have questions regarding the skill assessment for Australia? What is the process and why do you need it? We're going to briefly talk about this today. My name is Abby from Migration Centre of Australia, and the first step is usually the skill assessment for a lot of skilled migration visas, especially the general skilled migration stream, or visas such as Subclass 186 through the employer sponsorship pathway, or the Subclass 494. All of them require a skill assessment. So, obtaining a skill assessment is crucial when applying for a skilled migration type of visa, and it could be employer-sponsored or a general skilled migration. It ensures that your qualification and work experience are assessed by professionals and meet the Australian standards for your nominated occupation. In this video, we will guide you through the skill assessment process, explain why it's important, and help you understand when and how to obtain it. So what is a skill assessment? A skill assessment is an evaluation of your qualification and experience by a relevant Australian assessing authority. Now, some occupations may have multiple assessing authorities. Most occupations only have one assessing authority. The authority checks whether your skills meet the Australian standards for the occupation you're applying for. Each occupation has its own specific skill assessing authority, and it's your responsibility to contact them and apply for the assessment, unless you have a representative doing that for you. The results of your assessment must be included in your visa application or your expression of interest when you apply for it, but especially your visa application if expression of interest is not the case. Now, visa subclasses that require the skill assessment include Subclass 189, Subclass 190, and the Subclass 491 for the general skilled migration visas, and then for the employer-sponsored visas, the Subclass 186 and the Subclass 494. While some streams do not require a skill assessment at the time of application, the direct entry stream for the 186 does, right? Whereas the Subclass 482, only certain occupations require skill assessments where it's mandatory to have that. The department can still request for skill assessments to be done if they have any doubts about the level of skill for that candidate or nominee. The next one is the Subclass 485 visa, which also requires a skill assessment if you're going for the post-vocational education work stream. So that's if you've completed a Cert 4 or a diploma level qualification related to a trades occupation. Then the skills in demand visa, which I talked about, may require it for mandatory occupations, but not all of them. So types of skill assessments. There is usually a general skill assessment, an employer-sponsored skill assessment, and a provisional skill assessment, which is for the 485 visa. Now, depending on which one is required for your type of visa, you should apply for the appropriate one. In most cases, if you're applying for skilled visas, you will need your qualifications assessed as well as your experience, but not always mandatory. Now, skill assessment is valid for 3 years. Although your skill assessment might say something else, the Department of Home Affairs does recognise a validity period of 3 years. Expiry date specified is usually on the letter itself. If the validity period shown on the skill assessment is less than 3 years, the assessment is valid for the period stated on the assessment. More than 3 years, then it is considered to only be valid 3 years from the date of the assessment. So it's still only valid for 3 years at maximum. Make sure you check this when you submit your visas, and that the skill assessment is still valid when you lodge the visa. Now, step-by-step process for obtaining the skill assessment. Firstly, making sure you read up on your occupation and what's required for your occupation. Each occupation has different criteria. Some are a lot more difficult than the other ones. So some of them you need to do extra work, especially for occupations related to engineering, for example, which may require a competency demonstration report, the CDR. And some occupations in the beauty industry require, or project administration require, tasks to be outlined and the projects completed when you were doing the work that you're claiming. So they ask for examples. Then submit your skill assessment with all of the evidence for your qualifications and experience. Recently, we had a consultation where the client had not been assessed positively for their accounting role, but this was because they didn't do 2 subjects which are mandatory for obtaining a management accountant skill assessment. One of these was business law, and the other one was a financial related subject. Because of this, their qualification was not assessed as appropriate, and therefore they could not get a positive outcome on the skill assessment. Now, which is an entire waste of time and money, especially when your visa might be running out as well. So it's important to consult someone that actually understands the process and then check your requirements, including the subjects being done, so you can tick off all of the subjects that you need when lodging the skill assessment. Once you've lodged this, then you have to wait months and months. Others may offer a priority processing option and might charge you extra to get that done. Some authorities don't charge you extra if your visa is expiring soon, or there might be a reason why you need it expedited. So please make sure you try to get it done as soon as possible and lodge your expression of interest, because you may be invited sooner than you think. We've had clients that get invited pretty much in 2 weeks, or the shortest period has been 1 week since they approached us and we lodged the expression of interest, right? So it's all based on luck as well, and depending on what the department is prioritizing when the next invitation round is and how you're scoring in the expression of interest. But you need a skill assessment for all of this pathway. If you have any questions regarding the skill assessment, don't forget to contact us or speak to one of our consultants. Leave a comment below and subscribe for more details regarding the skilled migration process through Migration Centre of Australia.